Well, hello lads. I welcome you all to a new video. Today we are continuing off our Within series, and I believe we can just get right into it. Sure, she has sworn before, but never with this much intensity. Her tone then suddenly shifts to a softer tone. Atazoth, you're like a brother to me. Seeing you like this, well, it breaks my heart. You're reminding me of how I was. With that last sentence, Sayori's voice becomes a trailing whisper. There is then a silence between us for what feels like forever. Please, say something. I shake my head and start to walk back from her. Atazoth, where are you going? I turn on my heel and start walking faster. It doesn't take long for Sari to catch up with me. She pulls me by my sleeve. Come, I have to. Can I? But. Atazoth, please don't go. Let me go. Sari lets go and slings back as my voice breaks, with it almost sounding like a whimper. Why is her head cut off? After a moment of just standing there in stunned silence, I just continue walking until I'm out of the building. I don't plan on coming back. What is up? Do not. Please. Come on. Once I'm in my room, I sling my bag down against my cabinet. I then slump onto my bed, face first into my pillow. I scream into it as hard as I can, the pillow acting as a semi-decent seal around my mouth. Eventually, though, my screams devolve into sobs. That's right. Lay there and mope. That's all you're really good for now, isn't it? As the voice inside my head continues to batter me, I internally damn myself for how I acted at the club. Sure, I was upset at Sari, but I didn't need to raise my voice. I'm such an idiot. I start to smack my head against my pillow. Such a stupid fucking idiot. I should have listened to Sari yesterday. It was a bloody mistake going back. God, why do I have to be so fucking stubborn? I breathe out my mouth for a bit before turning around to look up at my ceiling. My breaths grow shallow and my vision becomes blurred. I'm getting exhausted. Soon enough, I let that exhaustion overcome me. I don't even care for how long I'm out for. I just need rest. Bloody hell. I need a drink. I'm afraid to read it. Tempus edax rerum. I do not know Latin, so I cannot translate. Time. It catches up with all things in the end. It knows not reason nor rhyme, nor does it care for those who try to fend. It's a phantom, devouring all in its path. I won't let it catch me. Fall from a high rise, I wouldn't be seen till sunrise. I leap in front of a train, it'd be quick, efficient, void of pain. Slice my throat wide open with a knife, I may writhe in pain. It all runs through my head, alas, time still looms overhead. I need an out, I'll soon see you. I'll outrun time before it can devour me too. No, that is off. I beg of you, do not. I open my eyes once more. I groggily grab my phone and turn the screen on. 2:42 a.m. I let it fall back against my cabinet top. Its dim light slightly illuminates the room. Rather sluggishly, I start to get up. Once I'm out of bed, I just stand there for a bit. I must have woke up about 3 times after I dozed off, and then my limbs feel numb. Wiping my face with my hands, I make my way to a bathroom. I flick the light on and immediately head to the sink. I run the tap so that the water is as cold as possible. After a couple of minutes, I move my face closer towards the sink. As I splash the ice water against my face, I feel a chill shoot down my spine. Oh well, at least I'm actually awake now. After I dry my face, I look up and meet my pale, unkempt, unshaven reflection. I stare, and it stares right back. To some degree, I can hardly recognize the figure in the mirror. I slowly breathe out of my mouth. My subconsciousness takes over for the umpteenth time. Look at you. You're disgusting. Nothing but a shallow, miserable, disposable husk of a person you convinced yourself you were. Because in the end, you're still that same mopey little fucker you were years ago. I look down towards the bathroom drawers. I open the one I open one of the drawers. Peering into it, I notice some of Mom's old razors. Just break the plastic to get the blade out. Are you seriously that desperate to see Monica again? I slam the drawer shut and hold my eyes shut. I, I need to see her again. Yep, you're desperate. I look back up at my reflection. It stares back at me in disgust. Just leave me alone. Please. I need this. Of course you do. Sarah was right. You have grown numb to this. Keep her name out of your fucking mouth. Getting mouthy, eh? You've been doing that a lot lately, haven't you? Especially at Sarah. Just how the hell has she put up with you for this long? I bite my lip tightly. I begin to mumble to myself. Get out of my head. Please just get out of my head. My reflection simply laughs back at me and my pleas. The dry, crackling laugh echoes around the confines of the room. Eventually, though, aside from the faint noises emitting from the water pipes, it all falls silent. I start to step back from the mirror, my breathing slowly becoming more and more erratic. My fingers start to twitch. The voice in my head whispers to me, "If you're going to do it, then hurry up. Get on with it." I then turn and head back to my room. My erratic nature throwing me off balance, I wobble my way to my desk. I manage to grab a hold of the paper I'd scrawled onto whilst I was awake after my initial rest. I wouldn't really call it a poem. It's more akin to the tangent of a man at war with his own mind. Though, couldn't that be said of most words? My eyes frantically scan the scribbled lines written up on the paper until my eyes fixate on one line in particular. I repeat the line and its proposed scenario multiple times in my head. Quick, efficient, void of pain. In short, the out I'm looking for. The train station's only about 20 minutes away from the school. Better late than never, I suppose. Letting the paper drift out of my hands, I rush to get my jacket from the back of my door. I already ended up passing out in a shirt and some jeans late yesterday, so that's one step out of the way already. After zipping myself up, I get my train dress on and head towards the door. Before I head downstairs, I stand in the doorway for a brief moment. I process my intentions before casting an immediate doubt aside. What's the hold up? You said it yourself. You just need an out. So get on with it. Nodding to myself, I head downstairs and unlock the door. Atazoth, please. No! I step outside. It's quite chilly out, rather so for summer. Then again, it is the middle of the night, so it does check out. I close the door, not bothering to lock it. I turn to my left and my eyes land on Sari's house, focusing on her bedroom window. It seems her light is still on. I try to keep walking, but I can't keep my eyes off her window. For a moment, I swear I see a flash of Carol pass by. Whether that's actually the case or a result of my lack of sleep, I'm not actually sure. Bloody hell, I'm cold. I'm shivering. What I'm sure of, though, is the pit forming in my stomach, though it's not the usual sick feeling I've been getting for the past few weeks. I make an attempt to press on with my plan, but I just stand there, frozen in place, frozen in time. Minutes pass, each feeling like hours. Eventually, though, I bring myself to move once again. But I don't continue on my intended path. I end up rushing back inside. Despite feeling dizzy, I stumble my way into the kitchen, leaning against the kitchen counter, breathing heavily as a hot flush overcomes me. Just what the hell was I thinking? After a few more moments, I head towards the fridge, open it, and my eyes drift towards the glass bottles. Ah, I see how it is. You would rather drink your life away. I ignore my subconscious as I grab a hold of a half-empty bottle of sake. I've never really been much of a drinker, but I guess that can change. Ah, yes. Alcoholism. I open the bottle and put it into my mouth. My nose catches a slight fruity scent. I take a swig and almost immediately spit it out. Fuck me, that's bitter. Christ, how can Mamoru drink that? 9 minutes. 9 minutes. And we have gone from screaming at Sarah to suicidal tendencies to alcoholism. Shit's going fucking fast. Jesus. I leave the bottle on the side for a while. Soon enough, though, I pick it up and attempt to drink once more. Bitterness remains, but I manage to drink more of the bottle. It doesn't take me long to finish it off. I go to leave the now empty bottle on the side, but my grip ends up slipping. The glass scatters as the bottle smashes against the mud flooring. I stare down at the mess shortly before heading back upstairs. I get up the hallway before I stop in my tracks once again. Multiple thoughts pollute my mind. The vast majority of them would concern those around me. Hell, they even concern me. The thoughts keep swirling as I make a quick detour into my bedroom. It's quite a quick trip as I retrieve the knife in my drawer. The same one I've used each time before. It's still it's still stained by a slight blend of my dried blood and tears. How- I get blood, but how did you get tears on it? Like, you would have to like, oh, no. Okay, I think that's like the smallest issue here. I held it up to my eye level, my breathing growing deep and shallow, the longer I gaze at its steel blade. Oh no. I return to the bathroom and lean in front of the mirror. My eyes fixate on the sink, then occasionally flicking to and from the knife. It feels like my arm's just waiting for my brain to send a signal to send it on its way. Even now I'm trying to resist that urge. Even though, in my heart, I know that a slip could merely be a moment or so away. It's just the question of when that moment would exactly be. I twirl the hilt around my clenched palm. I breathe in and out as I try to contemplate every possible scenario, but it's like a storm in my head, with every thought reaching out and gasping for air. Inhaling deeply, I press the blade horizontally against my skin. My hand trembles and my breathing grows shakier. Do it. Don't keep stalling, Atazoth. Fuck. I press it against my arm harder, definitely leaving a mark of some sort. Still, neither hand nor knife would budge. Doubt re-enters my already swarming mind, causing me to second guess myself. I, I, I. You what? Afraid to fulfill that out you wanted? My arm forms to my side, my hand still tightly holding the hilt. You're right. I am afraid. Afraid of losing everybody I've got here. Ah, yes. The same people you're pushing away by any chance? I'm silent for a moment. I know the voice is right. I just want to see Mona again. Is that too much to ask? Again with this Monica shit. How much more are you gonna keep going about her? It's always Monica this, Monica that. I love her, okay? But nothing catches off. Just come back down to earth and stop yelling at yourself in the mirror for once in your miserable life. She's gone. You need to move on. You were there when she got buried, Atazoth. Stop being in fucking denial. I slam my fist against the mirror in rage over the voice in my head. That was the clearest it's ever been. Something then hits me. All these thoughts I've been having. Have I been vocalizing them all this time? I shudder at the thought. If I'm only noticing this now, just how long have I been like this? For as long as we've been hearing voices, Atazoth. I look blankly at myself in the mirror. I'm exactly the voice previously described me. Or rather, how I described myself, a husk. I then rest my hands on the cabinet under the mirror, relaxing my hand and letting go of the stained kitchen knife. And then, after what feels like forever, my eyes drift down to the drawers. I open the one I had earlier and pull out a small box. I lay it near the sink and frantically open it. The contents are a collection of razor blades in small plastic holders. I'm very confused. You have a knife. After picking one out, I fumble with the plastic. Eventually, I'm able to free the steel from its feeble confinement. Why? Why so dramatic with the unpacking? In my hands, I now have a small and surprisingly cold blade. My hands are trembling and sweaty, but I manage to hold on. I raise my left arm and stare down towards it, focusing on both my hands and on my forearm. My eyes trace my veins through my skin. It doesn't take long for me to put steel to skin, placing its edge just under my hand. The touch sends a small bit of bile up my throat. I close my eyes in hopes to quell any and all apprehensions I may have. No, 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 no. As of don't. I don't want another exit music. I breathe through my teeth as I press the furthest corner of the small blade deeper into my skin. I start mumbling incoherently for a moment until I start whispering in full-on sentences. Come on, Atazoth. Just one swift, effortless slice. That's all it takes. Then you'll get to be with her again, just like you wanted. I bite the inside of my lips as I press the blade even deeper. I know I shouldn't be doing this. Christ only knows what Monica's thinking right now. I know I want to be with her again. And if this is the quickest way to achieve that, then to hell with waiting. My breathing and my heartbeat start to relax as I focus, and hesitation is now expelled from my body. My slower heart acts like a metronome as I ready myself. Just one slice. I gulp, still holding my eyes shut. Just one slice. Oh no. My dog has started sneezing from it. You see what you're doing, Atazoth? You made my dog sneeze. My hand shoots downwards down my arm. My flesh shows slight resistance, but it ultimately proves futile. However, it doesn't stop there. It gets to a point where my hand feels like it's grown a mind of its own. In the same vein, flesh becomes more acquainted with metal. Ah, yes. Flesh is weak. I seek the certainty of steel. I exhale, dropping the blade to the floor as I do so. However, I keep my eyes shut. Everything falls silent aside from myself breathing. The breathing suddenly stops as I feel something warm begin to trickle down my arm. I open my eyes and look down at my left arm. My eyes are met with a steady stream of crimson running down and dripping slowly onto the floor. The more I stare at the sea of cuts and slashes, the more my arm drops and my chest soon grows tighter. It's okay. You've done this before, Atazoth. You'll live, and that cut will heal, like it always does. I tell myself that, but there has never been this much blood before. With curiosity taking over, I run my finger up the fresh wound. As I do, I breathe shallow breaths through my slightly parted lips. My finger then just stops before my hand. Still curious, I prod where my vein would be. Doing so causes a bit more blood to spurt out, causing me to jump back a bit. I slowly start to hyperventilate. My quiet, hushed whispers, coupled with the sudden reality of the situation, bring me back down to earth. What? What have I done? My eyes dart around the bathroom. The bandages are downstairs. Despite the sudden flurry of worries circling around my brain, my body still feels drained. Normally in situations like this, I usually expect some form of adrenaline to kick in or something like that, but no, nothing of the sort happens. I'm just left dawdling towards the stairs. I make it to the top of the staircase and attempt to walk down, but I can't bring myself to walk. What flush overwhelms me, almost bringing me to my knees. I yelp in pain and I look towards my arm. I'm losing more blood. At this point, some of it's even dripping onto the laminate floor. I bring myself back to my feet and rather than heading downstairs, I head to my bathroom. I need to call someone. Weakly walking towards my desk, I pick up my phone. I hurriedly turn the screen on and go to my contacts. In a haste, I type the most recent one. I put it up to my ear. It buzzes and buzzes, seemingly without an end. Come on, please pick up. Atazoth? Sayori's startled voice fills my ears. What's going on? Sorry, Oh, my voice is shaky. I fucked up. My eyes drift towards my wound. I remain silent whilst the tone of Sayori's voice plummets into concern. She's been concerned ever since Monica's death, but this is probably the most concerned she's been. At this point, it's bordering on panic. I'm coming over. Her voice noticeably cracks. Call an ambulance. I'm losing a lot. A lot of... Another hot flash overcomes me and my phone slips from my faltering grasp. My body starts to shiver as I collapse onto my bed, and I'm having to use the end panel of my bed to give me some semblance of support. My breathing becomes shallow and quicker for what feels like the millionth time in the last couple of hours. Apply some pressure onto the wound, please, Atazoth. I suddenly hear the door open from downstairs. Atazoth? I try to get up from my bed, but my arms are feeling weak. As a matter of fact, my body is starting to feel numb. As soon as I hear a Sarah rushing up, I try getting to my feet once more. Alas, it's to no avail. Atazoth, what's going on? Oh my god, Atazoth! What did you do? The pained, borderline horrified expression burns itself into my mind as I freeze in place. My mouth drops slightly open, but nothing but my shallow breaths and a few hushed words come out. Sir, I... I fall silent as I watch Sarah's eyes trace the crimson trail that had formed on my carpet, getting into my bedsheets and leads up to my partially drenched left arm. As her frozen eyes slowly return towards me, I look away and my eyes move towards the ground. A lump forms in my throat. I really screwed up now, didn't I? My voice cracks as I look back into Sari's baggy sky blue eyes. Her eyes appear glassy, the initial look of disgust having started to shift into sorrow. I can only imagine what she's thinking. Someone she's known since she was a kid, barely holding on because of his seeming inability to move on. Surely one hell of a scene to walk in onto. I shouldn't have asked you to come over. I'm sorry I wasn't thinking clearly. Tears start to pour in, my vision becomes more and more blurred. And now I still manage to hurt the ones I love. Guess I'm just doomed to keep doing that. As quickly as I look away, Sarah comes closer. Okay, I guess you two are emotional, but Atazoth is bleeding out. This is no time to go like, shh, it's gonna be okay. It's time to quickly stop the bleeding. She places a hand on my cheek, gently brushing away my tears with her thumb. I'm glad you did. I should have known it'd get this bad. The look in her eyes, one I'm more familiar with. Please don't blame yourself for this. This is all on me. I gently grab a hold of her hand and move it in front of my face. Sarah, don't. Her eyes look back onto mine. I fell silent once more. I can't tell whether it was because she might have known what I was going to say or simply because I said her name, but her look was more than enough to hush me. My lip quivers. Where are your bandages? My voice comes out as a hushed whisper. They're in the kitchen. Sarah moves to my side. She proceeds to wrap one of her arms around my neck before hoisting one of mine around hers. Where are we going? We're going to get you wrapped up before the ambulance gets here. I'm not leaving you up here on your own. Her fire eyes and furrowed brow plead with me to follow her, and then give a slight nod and we start walking. We keep walking. I grasp onto Sarah tightly. For all I know, I could black out and collapse at any given moment. All the while, I swear my heart is slowing down. That's what it feels like, anyway. My man, it's because you're bleeding out. Like, you're literally running out of juice. My head starts to feel lighter as we near the stairs. Sarah soon lets me go and I hold onto the banister for support. She looks back to me with a very yet hopeful smile. Don't strain yourself, Atazoth. Just take my hand. She holds out her hand. After a pause, I start slowly raising my arm towards her. However, I end up collapsing. I groan in pain. Atazoth! Sarah rushes over to me and despite some struggle is able to put me in a sitting position. She keeps shaking me and asking me things, but I can't make out most of what she's saying. The world around me feels like it's slowly becoming nothing but blurs and muffled indistinct sounds. I tried to stammer out anything audible, but I can't. I can't tell if I'm convulsing, having a panic attack, or if I'm dying. Soon enough, I start feeling myself drifting off. In spite of that, Sari somehow manages to come through. Please set us off. I don't want to lose you too. Despite my blurry vision, I can still make out her pleading expression. But still, I can't bring myself to speak, not even a single word. I'm starting to go dizzy. Desperation seeming to take control of her, so I grasp my shirt. Please, just say something. Her voice breaks as she begs, but her plea might as well have fallen on deaf ears. My heartbeat starts to slow down and I start to get this sensation that I'm flying to some degree. Despite that though, I start to drift into unconsciousness. I think I hear them coming. Atazoth, stay with me. Atazoth, come on. My man. After what feels like an eternity, I open my eyes. Oh, the roof. To my surprise, I find myself on a rooftop. But it's not just any rooftop. It's the school's roof. It's the place where both Monica and I spend the most of our time together aside from the club and outside of school. More than that, it's the place where we first confessed our love for one another. I smile to myself, but I can't help but be a little curious. Why here? Why now? Am I dead? I pat myself all over. Nope, seemingly somewhat alive. I look down toward my arms. Miraculously, the wounds have seemed to vanish. As I let my arms relax and drop to my sides, I find myself walking towards the wire fence. Soon enough, I'm standing face to face with it. I grab hold of the fence with one hand as I gaze out into the distance. The city still remains. I then look down. Again, exactly as I remember it. I breathe gently through parted lips as I gaze longingly. I go to close my eyes and just soak in the atmosphere. However, I feel a finger tap my shoulder. Ah! I spin around in shock. However, my initial shock quickly fizzles out as my eyes lay upon a face I've not seen for a good while. No, Atazoth, don't die! Monica? Hey, Atazoth. It's been a while, hasn't it? Her voice is as gentle and soothing as I remember. My heart starts to flutter. My voice catches as I smile in complete disbelief. I'm seeing Monica again. I'm actually seeing her again. But at the same time, there's only one thing on my mind. Am I... Wait, am I? I feel like it's a bit too loud. Monica gently places a finger on my lips, causing my voice to trail off. And still, she has that same gentle smile. No, you're not. I don't actually know how I describe this place. Like it's just this rooftop and nothing else. Despite her initial light-hearted tone, I notice I have a tinge of sorrow to what she's saying. I timidly approach her. I take her hands in mine, but my grip is the furthest thing from firm. In all honesty, my hands are clammy and shaky. I try to say her name, but it keeps getting stuck in my throat. Monica's gaze breaks from mine. Deep down, I know this is hard for her too. My grip falters, my arms falling to my sides. The longer I look at her, the more my heart aches. Shouldn't I be happy that I'm seeing her again? I keep telling myself that I should. After all, this is what I wanted, right? Right? Monica. I whisper her name and her emerald eyes peers back into mine, now being candlelined by tears. Atazoth. Where do I even begin? No, scratch that. How do I begin? She struggles to keep her voice steady. My eyes start to sting due to tears of my own starting to form. There's so many things I want to ask. Oh shit, we're at the 26-minute mark. Bloody hell, this episode is going way over. I got way to invest it. Okay, sorry, I'm a bit out of it. I didn't expect to fucking skip time so much. I hope you lads enjoyed this episode. And yeah, press like, comment, subscribe, and we'll continue next time. I know it sucks to do it like in the middle of this, but whew, sorry lads. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.